Ladies and gentlemen, got some breaking news here on the WhattaPlay podcast. Ladies, your boy JTL, Great Value Garrett Cole, boy single, ready to mingle. He can write fancy little jingles. How we doing today? His co-host's favorite snack, sometimes it's Pringles. Nah, we just messing with you. But the man does got a Tinder, ladies, hit him up. I am spoken for.
Any female viewers, any fans of the show, preferably Austin, Rock area. I'd like to drive out there. I mean,
this man just exposing where we live. It's a joke.
Yeah, so this is the 8th episode or more for Dereck here, the Lamar Jackson.
The Lamar Jackson slash the Cal Ripken slash the Kobe Bean Bryant.
The Dale Jr. Budweiser car.
Dale Jr. We'll go with your Yee sport. But yeah, the number 8 does hold a significant value to myself.
And some of me. So started off, as you guys know.
Ooh, let's talk about this, baby. Jalen, talk to them. Breaking news, not so new, but at the time of recording, it's fresh news. JJ Watt.
Welcome to the desert, baby.
The Cardinals.
2 years.
The Birdies.
The Birdies. Bird Gang. Red Sea, baby. 2 years, 31 mil, 23 mil guaranteed. Man, I literally texted in the group chat the other day. You know how hyped I was about this pickup, man.
I think this holds the same significant value that the Ravens trading for either Yannick Ngakoue or Calais Campbell had for me when I sent you that. Obviously, JJ Watt is a much bigger name than Yannick. No disrespect to Yannick there. But
shout out Calais though. He was on the Cardinals last time we were really good. But yeah, man. Obviously excited, ecstatic, damn near jumping up and down the walls. And we got him. So I'm gonna say that for y'all. So Monday afternoon, I was coming home, with my lunch, right? As I'm, getting my stuff ready to go eat, I get the notification on my phone, breaking news, Watt, Arizona.
And who was that source again?
ESPN.
No, who was the source that broke the news of the Cardinals signing JJ Watt when it first happened?
Well, ESPN then
No. JJ Watt broke the news.
I'm done. Yeah, so JJ Watt.
That's why we both had 2-point-something GPAs in high school.
I mean, you're not wrong. But yeah, so the news broke from JJ himself. He posted a picture of him, doing a squat wearing a Cardinals shirt with the caption "Source Me."
Pretty reliable if you say so yourself. If I say so myself.
But all joking aside, obviously I'm very happy with the pickup. Big boost to our defense already, having Chandler Jones coming back, Isaiah Simmons, he played well toward the end of last year, Buda Baker, Byron Murphy, the list goes on, man. And I do want to ask you, since 2012, what two pass rushers had the most sacks in the NFL?
That would be one Mr. Chandler Jones and one Mr. JJ Watt. Personally speaking, I like the pickup. I think it's a great move. JJ, you hurt my heart by not signing with the Baltimore Ravens, but it is what it is. Life moves on. That said, it's hard to hate on JJ Watt. Regardless, if he was your division rival, he stole your puppy. Not that he would, but if he did anything like that, you'd forgive him in a heartbeat. This man, when Hurricane Harvey hit the state of Texas, this man went to try and raise like $40,000 or $400,000 and ended up raising $25 million for hurricane relief. The man's a Walter Payton Man of the Year award winner.
3-time Defensive Player of the Year as well.
Yes, for those of you who do not know.
So he definitely has the accolades to back it up.
Yes, sir. Now, if you would stop interrupting me ever so kindly. For those of you who do not know, the Walter Payton Man of the Year award goes to those who do in the city, the community, the state, whatnot, stuff of that nature. I think it's a great move. JJ Watt, I wish you nothing but the best in the desert. But if you weren't with the Cardinals when they went 4-12 or 8-8, don't be with them when they go 9-7 and just barely miss the playoffs.
So you're just gonna call me out like that, huh?
Yes, I am, and I'd do it again.
But let me just say, last year when Tom Brady went to the Buccaneers, the same meme was going around. If you want Raiders when we go 7-9, don't be with us when we go 8-8 or whatever it was. I made that same meme, and look what the Buccaneers just did.
Yes, but does J.J. Watt play quarterback? I know he's an offensive weapon. I've seen the highlights. But Tom Brady, as much as I despise the guy, Mr. Thomas Edward. Thomas Edward Brady. I don't know where I got Patrick from. Probably because I'm built like Patrick from SpongeBob. That said, man's won 7 rings, much like the Ariana Grande hit song. What has K1 done?
I mean, he won 3 Texas State championships.
But does that help in the NFL?
I mean, not really.
Did that help now?
No.
So
we'll get into the Kyler.
We'll get into the Kyler Lamar debate later down the line.
But yeah. Final thing I'll say. Let's just say, City Houston sports fans, y'all down bad, ain't you?
Yeah, and I think they might be losing Watson here soon too.
Let's suppose Le'Veon Bell. But on to the next topic.
We have a problem, but yes, on to the next topic, which is still NFL related.
At least I got Travis Scott.
He says that like he's in a relationship with the man. It's all jokes, bro. You know I love you. Hey, sports. It's in the game.
So,
that said, some more NFL news. We had some surprise cuts around the league within the past week. You have Kyle Van Noy from the Dolphins. You have Jared Cook from the Saints. You have Kyle, his last name is Rudolph, but he ain't a reindeer. And you have Golden Tate from the Giants. And obviously with Kyle Rudolph, he played for the Minnesota Vikings. What are your thoughts on these moves and what they may mean for the future of the NFL?
So we look at these moves. All 4 of these guys, they are wide-known veterans in the league. It's not like they're just some scrubs on the practice squad. These guys were established veterans.
Show some respect to the practice squad. The Ravens practice squad did beat the Steelers way back when.
Way back when, but
2015.
But yeah, I mean, all these guys, they're not scrubs, man. They're known players in the league.
They're known commodities.
And just to hear them get cut, you gotta have a lot of teams, biting at them, biting at the lips, or however the saying goes.
Who is biting lips out here, sir?
There are some people who are weird like that nowadays.
I don't necessarily think it's weird, but I've never done nothing like that in my life. I'm a good noodle.
I mean, but yeah. So I mean, like I said, these are all veteran players. To see them released, it's definitely shocking. Who knows if it's because cap, one reason or another, but
much like I wear my cap to hide my receding hairline.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
But hey, let's say Kyle Rudolph, he's still pretty good. We're probably gonna get rid of Dan Arnold. I keep seeing a lot of trade rumors. Try to come to the desert. We got some cooking down there.
You got some audacity, and that cooking's your defense getting burnt. That said, Rudolph, baby, talk to me. The Ravens need a 3-headed monster. That's what got Lamar Aloysius Jackson his MVP. That's what's going to help him win a Super Bowl. A stellar O-line and a great 3 tight end set.
You forget to talk your Xbox motivated? Let the record show he does have an Xbox.
Xbox is better than PlayStation. Fight me on that hill. PlayStation hasn't been good since the PlayStation 2.
I mean, PS5 kind of sold out and it's still sold out.
Both game consoles are great. I'm not going to hate on them. This isn't the console wars. That said, I think on Golden Tate's end, that was a surprise cut. Many people viewed him when the Giants signed him when he left the Seahawks as the heir to...
He was with Philly before he went to the Giants. He was
with Philly. See, I don't remember. So obviously that shows the impact he had in Philly.
But let's be honest, Golden Tate really hasn't been the Golden Tate from Seattle. He was just
No, but many people thought he was going to be the heir apparent to Hotel Beckham Jr., personally one of my favorite NFL wide receivers. That said, I don't want to recruit every wide receiver to the Baltimore Ravens, but Golden Tate, if you can bring some of that magic that you had in Seattle, come to the Ravens, baby. On Jared Cookson, though, I don't really think that was too much of a surprise.
Yeah, Derek Cook, he's up there in what we like to call football years. 30-something, that's like, you're 30. But football years is like, damn, man, he 30? He 30-something?
Yeah.
How much longer are you going to play?
Yeah, for sure. That said, Van Noy seems to be the most surprising out of the 4 cuts that have happened so far.
It is when you look at the fact that Miami signed him to a 4-year, $30 million deal before this past season, and it's just going to cut him like that. But then again, Miami, this offseason, it's just kind of weird down there. I feel like, you get rid of the guys, you give them big contracts. There's already rumors that they
basically going to move on from Tua.
Yeah,
And obviously, I don't understand that after you had the whole movement, #tank for Tua. You don't move on from your young guy like that. You build around your star quarterback. The Ravens have done it with Lamar Jackson. The Cardinals have done it with Kyler Murray. Many other teams.
Unfortunately, they just didn't do it around Sam Darnold.
Yes, Lego piece man, Sam Darnold.
So, any more football news?
Yes, there is. Yes, there is another football topic I want to talk about. The Ravens have a stellar left tackle, and I do want to clarify he does identify as a left tackle, by the name of Baby Zeus, aka Orlando Brown Jr., aka the son of Ravens legend Orlando Brown Sr. Now, he has stated that he wants to play left tackle. He views himself as a left tackle. He wants to help build his dad's dream that he saw of his son playing left tackle in the NFL and predominantly staying at the left tackle spot. Obviously, with the history with the Ravens, they already have Ronnie Stanley. They gave him that massive contract this past season. He's demanding a trade, and I can't say, as much as I have love for the guy, I can't say I blame him. He's a premier tackle. I would say he's probably worth no less than a first-round pick, considering the positions he can play, both left tackle and right tackle. And he is pretty consistent in not giving up sacks or letting the QB or the pass rushers get to his QB. Jalen, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, like you say, Orlando Brown Jr., Baby Zeus, as the flock calls him.
Baby Zeus.
To hear him want to trade, I guess, after they basically didn't grant his wish of playing his true position, it's kind of shocking considering, like you said, his father, a Ravens legend.
Rest in peace, Orlando Brown Sr.
I'm pretty sure y'all have his name in the Ring of Honor and all that.
We might, and if it's not there yet, it will definitely be up there.
So, again, that's just another key piece, a key element to this upcoming free agency. If I may, though, Baby Zeus, as y'all call him, you trying to play with your old college quarterback again in Arizona?
Trying to recruit every teammate that K1's ever had. Baby Zeus, obviously you're not going to stay with us, but I wouldn't take advice from somebody who looks like he dresses like a preschooler. The man is wearing SpongeBob shorts, for those of you who do not know.
I like SpongeBob.
He likes SpongeBob. I do too, but I wouldn't advertise him like that. But it is what it is.
Yeah, what it is. All right. So,
but before we get into our other news, Mr. Jalen, did you know Terrell Owens has a wine company?
Heard of it, pretty sure.
Did you know that same wine company, I cannot speak, has a follower in the WhattaPlay podcast page, and he follows us back. Also, John Cena follows us on the WhattaPlay podcast. Y'all should too. We interact with the fans. We're funny. One of us is funny looking, but I won't debate who. We interact with fans. Jalen would say sometimes. We talk about sports, As co-host Jalen likes to say, y'all love the flow. So follow us at WhattaPlay Pod, capital W, capital P, capital P. That said, I think it's pretty cool that we have those celebrity endorsements, if I do say so myself.
I mean, John Cena.
But you can't see them.
Right. I mean, it's a start, so we'll take it either way we get it. So from the gridiron to the hardwood, NBA All-Star, the whole weekend is going to be crunching on one day, this coming Sunday.
Yes, and that is due
down in
to
Atlanta.
COVID restrictions, if I'm not mistaken.
Right, so this season was supposed to be in Indianapolis, home of the Indiana Pacers, but they wouldn't even talk about how they wouldn't even have an All-Star game until Adam Silver was like, you know what, just throw it together. You know, fans gonna watch it.
Adam Silver, you the best commissioner I've seen across the board. Goodell, baseball I don't really pay too much attention to. I'm familiar with the sport. We'll cover it once we get into that down the line, besides the basic stuff we're covering now.
Well, but like this, at least saying the NHL's commissioner, they hate that man.
See, I wouldn't know about that. Could be Commissioner Goodell. We know we don't love him.
You're right. So we covered the All-Star starters, I believe, in the last episode of the podcast.
Yes, and before we get into the reserves and whatnot, I do want to say one thing on behalf of Mr. Devin Booker. I think it is both tragic and pretty sad that the only way this man has got into the All-Star game the past 2 seasons is because a player got hurt and he replaced said player. I forget who it was last year, but this year it was Lakers forward Anthony Davis. Devin Booker has the accomplishments and the accolades to get in without having to replace somebody. What are your thoughts on that subject matter?
Well, Devin Booker is a Kentucky Wildcat, and if you guys know me, you know me being a diehard Louisville Cardinal. I don't like them little kitty cats, so.
Man's a Cardinals fan, but
I mean,
Lamar blocked him, but that's a story for a different time.
Yeah, he did. But I mean, for as long as I've been NBA fan, I really don't give any credit to any when they came to UK, mainly just because nothing against their talent. Obviously, they're talented. They're in the NBA. But I mean, at the end of the day, I'm just too loyal to the Cardinals and
Loyal
Cardinals, sir.
Sir, what was your team before the Cardinals of Arizona?
We gonna get it on.
Now we are going to get into all that. Man can't be loyal to a sports team. I don't know how my poor boy is going to be loyal to a girl. No, I'm just playing. He's a great guy. I lied.
But yeah, I mean, basically UK players in the NBA don't like him, really don't give him any credit, anything. But Devin Booker, for as long as he's been in the league, he has the stats up there with the NBA's elite.
Yes.
And even when LeBron, and we all know when LeBron speaks, everyone listens.
See, this man seems like he's hating on LeBron, but Jalen, do me a favor and put your foot up for the audience.
So these are.
What shoe is that, sir?
These are John Elliott LeBrons.
They're LeBron's. Man doesn't like LeBron's, but was wearing his shoes. Wouldn't be me. I mean, you see this Lakers jersey, right?
That's me in your Bullets jersey?
You leave the Bullets jersey alone. And obviously, before any of y'all say anything in the comments, I'm from Baltimore. I can get away with wearing a Bullets jersey. Shout out Chris Webber.
Bad five, baby. But, yeah, I mean, back on Devin Booker, we keep getting sidetracked.
It's my ADHD.
I guess one logical explanation for why he keeps getting snubbed is just how talented the West is when you kind of think about it.
The West is heavily influenced and majorly talented. But y'all are going to start putting respect on Devin Booker's name. If I see a year from now that this man was not voted in the All-Star game by either, if the format's back to LeBron versus somebody, or it's fan voting, if y'all do not vote Devin Booker in yourself, I'm coming for your kneecaps.
Something about this man kneecaps.
Hey, don't worry about it.
All right, so for the West side, obviously AD is not playing, but we have Pandemic P, Paul George, he's in. Rudy Gobert, the man who stopped the sports world.
When he coughed.
Damian Lillard, Dame Time, he's in as well. Donovan Mitchell, former Louisville Cardinal, he's in. Chris Paul, he's back in. And
CP3, baby.
Zion made it.
Zion. Interesting. I do believe co-host Jalen has said various times before we started the podcast venture that we have started that he thinks Zion is overrated. To each their own opinion. I think the man's a baller, but then again, like I said, to each their own. I do want to specify that this is all the reserved players that have made it in, not your starting five. Obviously, we have already covered the starting five on a previous podcast, so we're not going to get into all that.
Right. So that was the Western Conference. For the East, we have Jaylen Brown from the Boston Celtics.
Don't
he
know
made
anybody
it in.
that would like somebody named Jalen.
Well, his name has a Y in it, so that's probably why. But yeah, he's in. James Harden, he made it.
LaVeard, obviously.
Zach LaVine, he made the All-Star game. He was in to run the reserves.
Interesting.
Julius Randle.
I have some familiarity with Julius Randle. They can't handle Randle. He may not be a Laker anymore, but I still got mad love for the man.
Right, so Julius Randle, he is in. Ben Simmons, the fake rookie of the year.
The who?
The fake rookie of the year.
And who do you believe should have been rookie of the year, sir?
You mean that season?
Mm-hmm.
Donovan Mitchell.
Your bias is showing.
Yeah. But yeah,
Shout out Ben Simmons.
yeah, Ben Simmons, he made it. Jason Tatum, I believe he was actually named the All-Star captain because Kevin Durant will not be participating in the All-Star game this coming weekend due to injury.
Yes, Kevin Durant is injured. What else is new?
Well, I mean, they did say when he messed up his
I'm
Achilles.
joking, of course. Obviously, Achilles injuries are nothing to joke about.
We like Kevin Durant.
We like Kevin Durant
Well,
now
yeah.
because he doesn't play for the Warriors. No offense to our follower that's a Warriors fan, or our followers that are Warriors fans on the podcast page, but that would be equivalent to Tony Stark joining Thanos in his quest to destroy half the universe in Infinity War.
Basically. So Jason Tatum made it, and Nikola Vucic from the Orlando Magic, he made it in as well. So you've heard the rosters, you know who's on what team. What conference do you think has the edge, East or West, and who's gonna win?
My bias is gonna show here, but I think it's gonna be the West. They just seem to have more talent. I mean, obviously, you said Pandemic P's on that.
Yes.
Western Conference, that worries me a bit. I'm sorry, Paul George, what happened? Why are you Pandemic P now and not Playoff P?
How come players don't respect you no more?
Swaggy P has more respect than you right now, and that man's not even in the league. That said, I do think the West has the competitive advantage.
Well, I'm only going for the West because you know who's the Western Conference starter, right?
Luka Doncic on his Don-ish, right?
Damn right. So speaking of Luka Doncic, they also, so as you guys know, they're gonna have all the All-Star Saturday night events. They're gonna cram them all onto Sunday night. You know, just get it all done and over with. So for the skills competition, that's gonna be at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Robert Covington from the Blazers, he'll be in it, along with Luka, Chris Paul, Julius Randle,
They can't handle Randle.
from the Blazers, from the Pacers, and Nikola Vucic, he's in the skills competition. So half those guys are gonna be tired as hell come game time.
Yes.
And for the 3-point competition, Devin Booker, he's in it, Jaylen Brown, Steph Curry, Zach LaVine, Donovan Mitchell, and Jason Tatum. All those guys are going to be tired too.
My money's on either Devin Booker or Steph Curry winning the 3-point contest.
Well, in terms of 3-point contest, it's kind of hard to go against Steph Curry. He's
I
still
was about to
Steph
say,
Curry.
you're going to let your bias show and pick Mitchell?
Nah.
Spider?
I mean, obviously, yeah, Spider's my guy, you know. But I've definitely loosened the reins on Steph Curry. I've definitely come to appreciate his game a lot more, for sure. And then, of course, the one that everybody cares about, the slam dunk contest. A bunch of new faces in the dunk contest this coming season. We have Cassius Stanley from the Pacers, Obi Toppin from the Knicks, and Anthony Simmons from the Blazers.
Any familiar faces?
I mean, you've heard of Obi Toppin, right?
Familiar with the name.
Yes. So him and Cassius Stanley. As we all know, basketball has a big community in terms of the highlight page and all that good stuff. So that's where Cassius Stanley's name comes up. Obi Toppin took the nation by storm last year at Dayton. So yeah, so that's all the All-Star Saturday night lineup. It's all squeezed in. So it'll definitely be interesting how they'll do the format this year.
For sure. And anything else you want to add on the NBA spectrum? Because I do have one thing that I want to add.
So we'll basically, recap the standings and, give our Lakers and Spurs, assessments from the past week.
Before we do that though, the All-Star jerseys have been released, or the images of them have been released for this year. And them joints ugly. I'm sorry, but like, they more ugly than when either... You familiar with Quasimodo from Hunchback of Notre Dame? The humpback guy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's what I equate those jerseys to. Obviously, Jalen being a Luka stan, he's probably going to end up finding a way to get the Luka jersey.
Oh, most definitely. I'll ask for my guy no matter what.
But if you don't mind, look, I don't think we need to give all the standings that much. Just tell them who's at the top of the West, who's at the top of the East, how our respective teams are doing, and we'll get into that at a later date.
All right, so just to wrap things up, East basically still the same. Top 4 teams: Philly, Brooklyn, Milwaukee, and Boston. And for the West, Utah, Phoenix, Lakers, Clippers, and San Antonio at 5.
Yeah, and I do think on the Lakers end, it is impressive considering Anthony Davis is still going to be out for another couple of weeks. Obviously, we lost the other night. That did sting a little bit. We got Dennis Schroeder back, and I'm liking the moves that man's making. As far as your Spurs go, what are you thinking on that end?
Man. First off, DeRozan was snubbed. DeRozan was snubbed of All-Star spot. But yeah.
Also, before we get into that, I want you to apologize to Greg Popovich now.
Yeah. So, me being a longtime Spurs fan, I kind of said some things toward the great Coach Pop that, looking back now, I'm kind of eating my words. So, Coach Pop, I'm sorry. It's totally go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just happy you're playing the young guys for once, which is what you should have been doing. But I mean, hey, we're in fifth seed right now, kind of mainly because the rest of the division is trash. But I'll take it.
Mm-hmm. That said, any other NBA news on your end?
Nothing really too special.
Jalen, are you familiar with a rapper who has a 2007 hit song called Crank That Soldier Boy?
Pretty sure we all are.
Yes, obviously. They played that at my sophomore year of homecoming. It was lit, man. Everybody was doing the dance.
Didn't Drake steal his whole flow?
Bar for bar, word for word. Yes. That said, no, Drake didn't. Drake's his own artist. Really amazes me to see you going from hating on Drake to being one of his biggest fans. You did the same thing with Lamar too. But what should we expect from a bandwagon? That said, there's a WWE wrestler by the name of Randy Orton. Are you familiar with the guy? Obviously, I'm the bigger and WWE wrestling fan. I'll probably start covering that here more on the podcast as we get into it and whatnot. But are you familiar with the guy?
I've definitely heard his name before.
So, Soulja Boy decided to have his trigger fingers turned to Twitter fingers and tweeted out at one Mr. Maybe it was at Randy Orton, maybe it was indirect, but he said wrestling's fake. I believe the exact tweet was something along the lines of wrestling is fake, what I do is real, don't come at me with that ish. Obviously, Randy Orton responded back aggressively. The man's been doing the business on Randy Orton's end. He's been doing a thing for damn near 16, 18 years now. Probably longer if you take developmental in. I'd like to say personally, wrestling's not fake. Are the storylines scripted and predetermined? Yes. Are the injuries that those wrestlers suffer, putting themselves into the ring and whatnot, real? Also yes. Do their bodies probably hurt after a match? Hell yeah. So what do you think of that situation?
So, I mean, as you know, I'm not really too familiar with WWE.
Mhm.
I'm more familiar, I guess, like the main wrestlers or whatever.
Yes.
Randy Orton, from what I know of him, he definitely want to, back down from a challenge. He's definitely gonna stand up for what he believes in. And from what you said, he definitely went back as Soldier Boy. Definitely words change. So, I mean, like you said, wrestling it probably is scripted, but I mean, there's too much of a wrestling fan base, to really talk down on it.
Then, like I said, it's not fake. Predetermined, matches scripted, yes, that's been known though. Also, Vince McMahon, if this is your pitch for a WrestleMania match, nah, buddy. We are in WrestleMania season, so when that time comes, I'll probably review that card and whatnot, give my input on that. But I find the whole situation interesting. Personally, if they were to go fist to fist, who do you have in a fight, Randy Orton or Soldier Boy?
I'm going to go with the professional and Randy Orton.
Yes, I think I would also have to go with Randy Orton. Soldier Boy to me seems like somebody who talks the talk but can't walk the walk.
Yeah, that's definitely a good way of putting it. So Dereck covered, he had his wrestling segment. I'll get my little NASCAR segment. This past weekend, they won.
Sport.
The sport I grew up on.
Same with wrestling on mine.
So this past weekend they were in Homestead Miami Speedway, Homestead, Florida, close to Miami. William Byron, someone whose career I've definitely followed since he started coming up in the ranks. He got his second career win this past Sunday, so I was very happy for him. He was, at one point in time, he was kind of considered my next driver when Dale Jr. retired. Obviously, kind of some growing pains, but he got a couple of dubs already in the Cup Series, so happy for him. This next weekend, they will be heading to Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Las Vegas, man, I mean, you can go either which way. Martin Truex Jr., he's won there. Kevin Harvick, he just seems to win a lot. Kyle Busch, he's from Vegas. He still has that one lone win at his home track. So, also you can't count the champ Chase Elliott. So, in terms of who I think is going to win, I'm going to roll the dice and I'll go with the hometown kid, Kyle Busch, hoping that he gets his second career win at the track. Obviously, we'll see what happens come race day.
Yes, and obviously there's been Jalen Luna covering the yee. They gonna make a left turn, sport.
But yeah, you got Michael Jordan and Pitbull and race teams now.
And Michael Jordan's also one of the worst owners in the NBA, so what exactly does that mean?
Bigger demographic.
Yes, I'm aware of what it means. That said, let's cover some not sports news, but news that does affect Texas nationwide.
Chaos.
Yes, nationwide, but he ain't on your side the way I would put it. Governor Abbott has lifted the mask mandate, starting effective next Wednesday, and also has said that Texas is going to be open 100% capacity. Personally speaking, I don't like the move. It really doesn't change anything if you ask me. Most businesses, restaurants, whatnot can still adhere to their rules here in the state of Texas, and they can still tell you to wear a damn mask. Obviously, I think that's just trying to divide people, if I do say so myself. Obviously, I still wear a mask wherever I go, when I'm at work, be it at school, be it out with friends, family, because I have loved ones I care about, I have family I care about who don't have the best health conditions, don't want to see anything bad happen to them. Mr. Luna, what are your thoughts on the mask mandate being lifted?
So when I got the news, it was definitely one of those, well, gonna go through with it. All right. And once the news broke, everybody on on social media voiced their opinion. A lot of people was in displeasure with Governor Abbott. I'm not familiar with politics at all, but from what I've seen in the past, he's definitely not the most popular guy here in Texas. He's no Matthew McConaughey.
All right.
But in terms of lifting the mask ban and opening up the state, basically, it's definitely gonna be interesting to see how that goes. I'm already seeing people in public, not wearing masks and all that, and it's been going on for a while. So once the lift is in effect, I have seen a lot of people saying they're still gonna wear their mask. To each their own. I do know that a lot of businesses, I feel like they will probably end up releasing a statement saying that they're still gonna want their employees to wear a mask.
Yes, HEB has already released a statement saying that they still encourage their customers to wear masks, and I believe it may still be enforced in their stores. I do feel also, that said, we're about to see a lot of viral videos of Karens versus associates pretty much being like, wear your mask. They're going to be like, no, that's our free country, yada, 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 bada, bada, bada. I saw something funny on late Twitter that said, I'll respect Governor Abbott lifting the mask mandate when he can stand up and tell me to do so. The joke being there is that the man is paralyzed. Obviously, I do not want to make fun of people that are paralyzed. I don't find it funny. The joke, though, it was a little funny. That said, what do we have on our Major League Baseball front?
So, Major League Baseball, nothing really too...
Spring training right now, right?
Yeah, we're still on spring training.
Shout out spring training. I just picked up a new O's hat to go with this jersey. Summer 2021. I'm coming for you.
But yeah, spring training still in full effect. All the teams with their new off-season acquisitions.
Man, I can't wait for the O's to win the World Series. I'm sorry, the World Series.
You can't wait for the Yankees to win the World Series finally.
Truck the Yankees, or truck the Fankees, but put the F where the T is. The hate will always flow through my blood for the Yankees.
And that's what makes this friendship so great.
Yes. See, I can be loyal to a sucky sports team. Why can't you? You want to sit here and tell me because it was too depressing? Do you realize how long I've been an Orioles fan, Jalen? I had to see Machado leave. I had to see Mancini go through battling cancer. Shout out Trey Mancini, you a real one. I had to see Nick Markakis leave. I had to see Darren O'Day sign with who? Sign with who?
Us.
Y'all.
He likes pinstripes more than he likes orange.
Uh-huh. I had to see Adam Jones leave. So don't tell me I don't know about suffering, Jalen.
I mean, I kind of know a little bit about suffering with the Yankees. They haven't won a World Series since I was in 5th grade.
Good, and they should continue to not win them.
Kind of got screwed out of the playoffs the past couple of years by the cheaters in Houston and some division rivals. But
Yes, Jalen, this hatred for Houston sports. We love to see it.
We do, but
We.
But yeah, so spring training is still going on. They actually do have fans in attendance. They're still testing the walls out with that in terms of how they're gonna do it come regular season.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes close to opening day, we're gonna have a whole MLB preview episode for you guys. We're gonna recap.
Shit, I'm gonna have to study.
We're gonna have
baseball's that oval shaped one, right?
But yeah, we're gonna break down all the all-season moves, all the free agent acquisitions. We're gonna preview the divisions and all that good stuff, and we're gonna preview. We're gonna give predictions. Predict who's gonna be in the World Series. All that fun
It's
stuff.
the Orioles, obviously.
Charles Hoffman won't be the show.
I got some boxing gloves up there. You want to go at it?
I gotta work tomorrow.
So do I. I ain't an excuse.
Pain. But yeah,
Spain, but without the S.
But yeah, so that's definitely going to be an episode all our baseball fans should be looking forward to in the next coming weeks. So,
Which, personally speaking, a side note, still related to baseball, I do think the sport of baseball, it's not that I don't have interest in it, just me personally, I'd rather see it in person and live. The atmosphere, I think you can attest to this as well, is a lot better than sitting behind or in front of a TV screen and watching them hit a home run.
Yeah, definitely with baseball, it is, in my opinion, it's more better in person. I've said this, before. Me personally, baseball really wasn't my favorite sport growing up. I feel like, unless you actually play the game or you're like an uber diehard fan of the game.
Man thinks he's Triple H talking about playing the game.
If you're just, a regular casual sports fan, you're probably like, oh, baseball game's on? When's the World Series? Yankees hat? Yeah, I got one.
I would never wear that. Burn it and step on it, maybe. I don't like the Yankees. Y'all can't force me to.
I can force you to like them, but
just like y'all don't have to like the Orioles. Just like I can't force him to rediscover his love for Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. So that being said, we're gonna get into our little fun segment, as we like to call it. We'll come up with some with a better name down the line.
Oh, we can call it Fun with Friends for right now. If somebody owns that already, I'm sorry, but it just came to me. Kind of like when I'm out somewhere trying to eat something, and I'm like, I want this.
And most of the times I'm with them.
Yeah, it's got spicy nuggets earlier from me. I don't want to hear it. This man.
They ain't even that hot.
Okay. But this man wouldn't even pay for my birthday dinner. So, shows how much of a friend he is.
I mean, let's just say he didn't give the nickname Julius Krabs for nothing. But for today's segment of Friends with Friends.
Fun with Friends, today's segment is going to be, what is the greatest sports memorabilia item that you own? Shall I go first?
Was that your show and tell to the class?
Ah, yes, show and tell. This is a copy of Ray Lewis's autobiography, I Feel Like Going On. Y'all know me, still same OG, still Big D, Vanilla Bean. This was a Christmas gift from my aunt years ago. The thing that's cool about this is when the book came out years ago, when Ray Lewis first released it, I tweeted him and I was like, I don't know how, but I'm going to get this book. He liked and retweeted my tweet. And you can ask Cohost Jalen. Anytime a Ravens player responds back to me, I spaz out. Much as you would too if a player, JJ Watt for example, my brother tweeted out some stuff of him and his fiance in JJ Watt gear. JJ Watt responded back, commented, man lost his ish. That said, the thing that makes this book so special to me, the inside of it, right here, hold on, give it a minute. I don't know if y'all can see that, but let's get it up close. The inside of this book is signed by Ray Lewis himself. I have much love for my aunt for standing in line. Obviously, we live in Texas. She still lives in Maryland. She stood in line and got this signed for me by Ray Lewis himself at a bookstore. So this is the holy grail of what I own in regards to favorite memorabilia. That being said, there's also 2 other items that I own. 3 other items actually, so we can go with however many you'd like. So I own both a Ray Lewis 1996 rookie card and a Kobe Bryant 1996 rookie card. The Kobe Bryant one carries a bit more significant weight to me because obviously it has been a full year since he has passed. He is being inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame this summer, I believe, correct?
Summer or fall?
Summer or fall, but it was supposed to be for last year, but cough ruined everything. And the last thing I own, I do not have it to display, but I own a 98-99 signed autograph Ravens football, limited edition of, I believe, 20,000. So that was cool. It was a rare find I found back in the summer of 2014 when I went to visit my dad for the summer, stayed with him the whole summer. And, oh shit, I have a dad. Well, gig's over, folks. I know my daddy. But yeah, it was very cool to come across that in the flea market. My dad was like, hey kid. I was like, what's up, old man? And he was like, you gonna buy this? Because if you don't, I will. And I was like, how much is it? He was like, $25. I was like, sheep. I'm buying it. So that is proudly on display in my bedroom. Cohost Jalen. Oh wait, we do have it on display. This is the ball I was talking about. I don't know why I said it was in my bedroom. I forget things. Would you be ever so kind to hold? I didn't say throw them. That said, since I brought my presentations for show and tell, this is an old school logo AFC ball. It is signed by players from the... You got one more time and I'm taking the boxing gloves and we throwing the Dukes up, peasant. It is signed by all the players from the 98-99 roster. And I think this is just cool as hell, man.
It's cool as hell, man.
Yeah, man. Cohost Jalen, though, if you would be ever so kind to tell the audience what your favorite piece of sports memorabilia is.
Yeah, so...
You're a child, I hope you know that.
Look who's talking. Look where I get it from.
I am a great influence.
So I obviously have my fair share of sports memorabilia. I've been to numerous sporting events where I have programs from all those events.
Oh, I'm sorry. You just boring me to death. But continue.
But yeah, some of the pieces that I hold definitely near and dear to my heart. The main one is not even really anything Arizona Cardinals related because, you know, I've been a fan of them for less than a year now. A couple years back when I still was a fan of the New York Jets, my father actually came across a Chad Pennington jersey at a flea market, and it was real cool to get that because I was having, you know, a bad day at work. That one day,
Cause she had a bad day. Tell you what.
you know, I came home, you know, on my lunch break, and I saw it laying on my bed, and I didn't really choked up because Chad Pennington, he's still all-time favorite NFL player ever. I also have that jersey, so somewhere down the line, if y'all see me wearing anything Jet related, first off, mind your business.
Hey, second off, all I'm gonna say is I'm wearing a Bullets jersey, but I'm a Lakers fan. It's called Drip Karen. You gonna respect Drip Bayless around here.
Yeah, I'm trying to help him step his game up. He's working on it though, but he'll be definitely get there.
But who's the one with the girlfriend right now? I'm sorry, I had to. I won't do it again for another month. Ladies, he's single. Hit his line. He'll buy you Whataburger.
Yeah.
But he won't buy you a ring. Unless it's a ring pop, because he is cheap.
So I guess we're airing all my laundry out there today. But
I mean, we are in the laundry room, sir.
But yeah, definitely that Pennington jersey is still up there in terms of my favorite piece of sports memorabilia. And besides that, really, I guess out of everything that I have, probably, I mean, it's probably my favorite Spurs shirt. A vintage 1999 Western Conference champion shirt. San Antonio Spurs. Obviously, I was born in '99. Spurs won the finals in '99. The first one.
I feel old.
And you know, anything to do with that '99 team, I definitely try to get it if I can find it. I guess, you know, my vintage grail for all my vintage guys out there, it's still the locker room shirt from the '99 finals. But yeah, that's definitely up there in terms of favorite sports memorabilia because of how long I've been trying to find a 1999 NBA Finals shirt.
For sure. I think that's all I have to say on my end of favorite sports memorabilia. Any PSAs you'd like to announce to the audience before we wrap this thing up?
Hey Byron, I need my 1400.
Yes, President
That's what I'm trying to get.
He's trying to get shoes with the stimmy. But let me put it like this. I got a crush on a mom who has a son named Jimmy. So Joseph Biden, run me my stimmy.